There's shards of glass.
Sel Bang grew up in the Cottage Grove community, but it wasn't until she went to high school across town when she realized other neighborhoods seemed to have more access to food, transportation, and healthcare.
It just really, really sunk into me that we were disinvested in, like they didn't care about us, and we were kind of forgotten about in terms of what can be developed in your community and your neighborhood.
The Cottage Grove neighborhood in southeast Greensboro bustled with development in the 50s and 60s, but over time businesses closed and housing conditions declined.
This was a place that everyone went to. It was so vibrant, and as a young person, I also want that for the next generation as well. I want this place to be remembered as the place to be.
You got kids down there.
Josie Williams is the executive director of the Greensboro Housing Coalition and has been working in the Cottage Grove community for years.
You can walk through here as a pathway.
She says as housing conditions declined in the community, so did health outcomes.
When we're talking about affordable and decent affordable housing, we're talking about housing that does not make you sick. We see cases all the time where someone's unit is literally causing them a respiratory issue. It's complicating their asthma. It's exacerbating the asthma, making it worse.
What the priorities are in Cottage Grove.
As a result, a group of residents teamed up with several nonprofit organizations to revitalize the Cottage Grove neighborhood. They called the work Collaborative Cottage Grove.
People are now understanding in order for us to make the changes that the residents are envisioning, you have to look at what are those social determinants of health, and you have to look at things from a holistic perspective. Otherwise, we're not going to be addressing the root causes, and then change will not come.
A lot of the work in the community has focused on improving living conditions, including making repairs and upgrades that prevent health problems down the road.
Rather than have the child go into the emergency room and spend $5,000 for an emergency visit, spend $4,000 to fix the house, and they never have to come back.
Residential burglaries.
Those who live in the Cottage Grove neighborhood are actively involved in the work. Monthly meetings give residents the opportunity to express their community's biggest needs.
Their voice is at the center because they'll be the ones leading us to kind of that end goal that we're trying to reach, is just a healthier and safer community.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like this.
For Sel Bang, a lot of her work right now is centered around Bingham Park. It's a city park in the Cottage Grove neighborhood on top of an old toxic landfill that is full of environmental hazards.
And it's not even usable. And I don't think anyone bringing their child to this park anyone of any part of Greensboro would want to bring their child here to play. And that's an issue.
State officials plan to clean up and restore the park, and Bang says it's a positive step forward for a community that many feel has been left behind.
Things are going to change, and I'm really excited to be a part of that change and that momentum and that movement.